Nerchio versus MaNa, and again, thank you so much for joining us here today, guys. Being with us as we bring you guys the first group of the Christmas Invitational number 2 at WardiTV. Yeah, up to the bottom left-hand side, it is our red Zerg player from Euronics Gaming. It's Nerchio. And to the upper right, our blue Protoss player from Team Liquid, it is MaNa. Alright then. Roddy livery. Yeah, we are getting Roddy delivery here tonight, guys. It's, feels good, man. Maybe. We'll see. Actually, so Roddy, Roddy actually introduced me to this place called Vapiano yesterday. It's like an Italian chain. I've never heard of it in my life, and it was so good. It's like pasta-y stuff, and it's like so cheap, and they just make it like they make it in front of you, and then you they make it in front of you, and you just collect it, and it's like you just go to the table and eat, and you pay at the end with everything you bought throughout. It was so good. It was so good. It was really kind of crazy. I had like pollo picante. Oh my god. It was real good, so that was pretty sick. Roddy just knows so much, man. He's been traveling all these years. He knows everything everywhere. So I actually looked it up. We actually have them in England, but only like a couple of them in like, well, I say England, in Edinburgh, and one's in Manchester. So one of them is in England. We have 2 in the UK. Either in Manchester again. Next time I go to try and get my Chinese visa, I know which Italian fast food chain I'm hitting up. Alright, guys. So MaNa and Nerchio, the PVZ, the Polish showdown. Here I am in Poland. I'm casting from Poland, casting Polish players. What more could we ask for? As we do set up here. A couple of queens on the way out, a link speed on the way through for Nerchio. And we're just getting rolling in the early stages here of game number 1. Just getting this set up, getting this underway, and waiting to see just what is going to be happening over the next couple of minutes. So far so good, really. Nothing too crazy as Nerchio obviously 2-0'd Optimus already, as did MaNa, so they're at the same position in the group so far. MaNa did lose, other than that though, actually MaNa did lose against Bly. We still have yet to see Nerchio against Bly, obviously, so that'll be something that will be coming up soon for us to keep on doing, you guys. In fact, after this it will be Bly versus Nerchio our next series, and then Bly Optimus will be the final series we cast here today. All 3 of the other group stages on weekdays, they are indeed ZvP black and blue, but they are at a range of times, and hopefully you guys will be able to, well, I'll get them up on YouTube so you guys can watch anyways. So the biggest issue is that basically this event is OSC partnered, but the Vapiano under the Marriott, yeah, that one, Nerchio, you know exactly where we went. But yeah, this event is OSC partnered, and the OSC season ends on December 21st, getting ready for the OSC Championships in January. And, well, clearly the biggest issue here is that, you know, we have to finish this event by December 21st, therefore. So we've been trying to push this out, and it's turned out to be very difficult, because I thought it was going to be fine, and it turned out there's actually very few days because of all the IEM qualifiers. So that really sort of messed me up a little bit. I was like, what? Like, there's this many things going on? I was like, whoa, no way, that's crazy. So I was like a bit caught off guard, and so we have very limited days to actually run this event. So in the end, we're just about going to manage to squeeze it in, but we're really on like a super tight schedule, which is why we're kind of playing this out at all sorts of times, days, and the rest of it as well. So you've seen the Phoenix here picking up its second overall kill of the game. The initial Oracle was actually what I was following a moment ago. Gets turned around with 1 single kill, so not a lot gained. As you see, the Robo and the Twilight all not the way up. So Robo and Twilight starting to build here. This lair from Nerchio is on the way as well. It's going to be finishing actually in just a few moments' time. So they're going to be finishing up very soon as a few Zerglings and Nerchio just sat over to the right. You do have the Phoenix and the Oracle just gathered up together and getting set and ready to roll. Obviously, MaNa just wants to go in towards his 3rd base here generally quite soon. And on the Temple Archives, a couple more gates, able to start going in towards some Archon drops and maybe some Zealot Warpins as well, as he should probably be looking towards charging in the near future. Seeing the Nexus and the Pylon coming on in, we're going to be seeing the Hydralisk Den dropping behind the mineral line of Nerchio, and also now the Evolution Chamber being dropped down as well. So Hydro Den, Evolution Chamber being dropped into place. We see some extra drones on the way, and we're going to be seeing this lone Zergling just scouting around trying to figure out what exactly is going on for the pros player over the next few moments. Watch starts up from MaNa. We're going to see this Nexus on the way up as well. It's about halfway done. The depth just kind of sat here and reducing. It's a third overall kill of the game on this Phoenix, so MaNa doing a pretty good job with this so far. There's Nerchio though, I mean, going into his Hydras and Lings, he's actually 63 drones already, no upgrades apart from Ling Hydra. He might just go for an aggressive push across the map and try and end this sooner rather than later. And you're seeing the extra gates on the way from MaNa, of course, as well. His War Prism is going to start trying to come into play here, but Hydra's in position will already start to push it back, and not really a lot gained with the first initial push in of these Archon drops. We're going to see that War Prism now pulling away up in towards the upper right hand side of the map, so just pulling away towards the upper right, getting ready to go. Psystorm upgrade is coming through as well as that charge getting set to roll. It's about halfway done, that charge upgrade, the +1 attack obviously on the way up also. So again, very aggressive here out of Nerchio. He's not making any more workers, he's not taking a 4th base. Everything is about him getting ready to push in towards his opponent in the next few moments. There's an Oracle of a Revelation. Now, Mythical Glimpse is about to finish, the time is ticking. We are going to get into this push very soon. High Templar are building up energy, Storm isn't ready yet. Nerchio might be able to hit just before it. And as we're just going to be seeing the Hydras and Lings continue to push on forwards. Goes back towards the natural with the Archons here. That's why he's going to drop those apparently. As the Archons, though, taking some damage, have to lift up once again. Hydras are beginning to poke on through this, and I mean, the Cybernetics are going to go down initially. Well, Charge is about to finish, but the Hydras are already up in towards the natural, so how does MaNa actually engage into this? He's going to come from the left-hand side, and here we go. I mean, this is already a bit of a concave setup from the player. 2 Storms go down, but they don't really do enough, and there isn't enough of a follow-up at all. Nerchio is just going to break through this very, very easily. This Archon drop, the gateways are going down. Another one as well, and this shield battery also going to get picked off here. That's a GG, and that's Nerchio going to be taking game number 1. It's best of 3. Get this wrong. I think the WSG qualifier tonight will be covered by Penguin, just in case anyone is sort of wondering, perhaps maybe. If you're not casting it, who will be? It should be Penguin taking over that on the WSG Twitch channel. Top left hand side, red player from Euronorx Gaming is Nerchio. He's up against the blue Brothers player to the bottom right hand side from Team Liquid. It is MaNa. MaNa. Ooh. I wish there's a player called Ruby, so we could sing the Kaiser Chiefs song every single time we introduce them. That's what we need. It's my wish for 2018. Someone comes out of the woodwork, comes out of the StarCraft 2 system, and names themselves Ruby and becomes a really good pro player. So I can sing Ruby every time we introduce them as a player. That's the one thing I want out of StarCraft in 2018, okay? The one thing I want. So I ask for one thing, okay? Put it on my Christmas list. Okay, we're coming down on the low ground here for MaNa. Getting that set up and ready to roll. Yeah, and top 2 players will advance to the playoffs of this event, which will take place on December 21st. We'll be playing them out all at once. Well, not all at once, but we'll be playing them out all in one day. We'll probably be doing similar to what we did in the WardiTV weekly season 3 finals. The round of 8 all plays at the same time, or 2 matches at a time, round of 8, and then semi-finals and finals are played one after the other, rather than at the same time. Just makes a good kind of, it makes it kind of reasonable. Like, you know, if you play the entire round of 8, the players could be waiting for so flipping long, and we just don't have the time to do the round of 8 over a separate day of the, you know, of the rest of the event basically. So, yeah. We've seen here this third hatch location is occupied by the initial hatcher in the game. Hatch gas pool open and blocked by a probe, just going in towards that third hatch location instead, as we go in towards Queens, Link Speed, and all the rest of it. Can we get a shout out to Port, by the way? He's literally made himself into a bot to save the day when people ask for the bracket. It's kind of crazy. See some love in the chat for Port and some crazy, some bot becoming. He is now a machine. He's no longer a man. It's kind of funny. Thank you, Port, for saving the day. Well, we just wait to get into this next game. It's going to be the Stargate opening once more from MaNa. I mean, a map where Ling Hydra attacks can work. Once again, here on Abyssal Reef, you generally push on through these rocks and then attack down to this location. It's a much longer attack, and you have to take down those rocks, so it can be delayed. So it's generally more like a map when Nerchio, if you like to play a bit more of a macro-focused game, a game that has upgrades in it, something that looks to go into the later stages rather than ending the game in the next few moments when everybody sees the opportunity, you know? Because we do just have this Adept running away from these couple of Zerglings. Zergling's going to be able to force it to shade on away. Did they actually get the kill? Oh, they got the kill, wow. Sorry, I was just checking something on my phone momentarily. I was actually reading the Twitch chat. See what people were saying. I just sort of thought it was shading away, but no, gets caught, gets killed off. Nicely done there. You're going to see Ling's approaching the front. They are going to get surrounded on this Adept, so the Adept is looking as though it's going to fall here. Actually, Ling's going to break on through. In fact, the Lings are going to get this pylon. If they get the pylon, Warp Gate gets denied. I mean, not denied, but slowed down heavily. Obviously, that's a big issue. Now Ling's up in towards the main base. No more units on the way apart from an Oracle. There should be maybe a couple of worker kills. Depends on the worker micro of MaNa. Well, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. It keeps on ramping up. Now he's going to try and get us around on the Stalker. We'll force the Oracle to use some energy early on. I mean, that's already a big negative from MaNa's point of view, right? Because the last thing MaNa wants to use Oracle energy on this side of the map, could instead use it on the other side. See a probe just being chrono boosted out here as MaNa tries to recover a little bit. You can see more things arriving at the front. Nerchio is actually making quite a lot of units here. He is actually going to break through this once again. A sentry starts to warp in. Wow, MaNa just types out of the game. Just like that. Nerchio takes game number 2 of the series. And that's how